Good morning to you, my viewers and subscribers. I am back again with another episode of Deutsch Lernen. So today we also are going to be learning about modal verbs. In English, they are called auxiliary verbs. Now, modal verbs are verbs you use to express a necessity, a want, permission, and you use them in conjunction with other verbs for your listener or your partner in communication to understand exactly what you mean. The six modal verbs in English auxiliary verbs are können, wollen, müssen, mögen und sollen. So, I'm going to be teaching you today how to conjugate these verbs. In the beginning, we'll take, for this lecture, just 3 of them, and in the next lecture, we'll take the remaining 3. Thank you. So, I will start by our heading, modal verbs, Modalverben. And for today, we are going to be conjugating 3 of these modal verbs. So, the first one, wollen. You know, we have, like also in English, 6 different kinds of first person, second person, third person pronoun, fourth person pronoun, fifth person pronoun. Well, this is in the other lectures that I gave. Well, if you haven't looked at that video, take your time and look at that video. So, ich is the first person pronoun. You conjugate it as will. The second person pronoun, du. You conjugate it as willst with the S and the T at the ending. The third person pronoun, sie, es. You conjugate this like the first person pronoun, will. The fourth person pronoun, ihr. It will take a different formation. You conjugate it as V-O-L-L-T, volt. And for wir, which is the pronoun for we in German, in English, sorry, you conjugate it as V-O-L-L-E-N. And for the last person, this is the last pronoun. It's called in German the Höflichkeitspronoun. Höflichkeitspronoun just means you address someone who is older than you. Well, you can look at all that in the video where I talk about pronouns. But for a repetition, I would just say you use that for older people. People who are older than you, you address them with Z. It's called sitzen. V-O-L-L-A-N. Wollen. So this is the conjugation for the first modal verb, wollen. In English, you can say this is want, to want, to want. So, I hope you can understand a little bit what goes on in this conjugation. The first one, will. This just changes. And you have LL. The second one, willst. This, and you have ST. the third one E, just like the first one, the fourth person pronoun, O, and you have T, and wir, and O with EN, just like in the verb itself. Wollen, wollen, wollen. Good. So, the next modal verb we are going to be conjugating is sollen. Sollen. This is the verb should, or you can say this is, let's just leave it at this, should. This is how I learned it when I was learning German. So I believe that if I can give you the tricks to understand what this word means, it will better offer you the right process in adapting to the language easily. So, ich soll du sollst sie es soll ihr sollt wir sollen and sie. This is called politeness pronoun for someone who is older than you. Höflichkeit. Sollen. So, just like in wollen, the first one loses its en, goes lost. The second one replaces with st. St replace, loses its en, lost, and replaces with t. This is just a reference for you to remember, you know, how to make conjugations in such a way that it sticks, you know. So, in other verbs, there are ways you can remember conjugation, but for modal verbs, you just need to know them by heart. And this one is just the same as verb sollen. Okay, so this is for sollen. The next verb we are going to be taking as a modal verb is the verb dürfen, which is to allow. To allow. It's called dürfen. D U made them umlaut. F A N. It's called to allow. That is the verb dürfen. So we start with ich. Ich darf. Du. Du darfst. Sie. Es darf. Ihr dürft. With umlaut. Wir dürfen. And sie dürfen. So you can repeat after me. Ich darf loses en and replaces with a. Lost and replaces with a. And replace with a. Das replaces with a and st. Replace a and replace with st. So es darf replaces with a replace ihr. This replaces with u umlaut and t. Replace with u umlaut and t. Just right, replace. And the wir dürfen is the verb itself. Dürfen. The verb itself. The verb itself. So, what have we actually done today? Today we have actually treated 3 modal verbs out of the 6 modal verbs that are in German. We have done wollen, we have done sollen, and we have done dürfen. What are they in English? To want, to should, or I just say should, or to permit. So I hope today's lesson was a good one. I hope you had fun enjoying German, learning German, and I'll see you next time. Thank you and bye for now.